movies have always had a reputation for being bad, but that's changed over the last few years with hits like the Mario movie and Sonic. I've always felt video game horror movies, however, were bad on a different level, most missing the plot of the original game. The Resident Evil live-action movies don't carry the same air of fear as the games do. The first Resident Evil movie doesn't even feel like the game at all. The movie just took the name. I share the same sentiment about the Until Dawn movie. The game was nearly a movie already, with extensive lore and a dedicated fan base. The new movie, again, doesn't seem to share anything but a name to get butts in seats. I haven't decided yet where the Fatal Frame movie lies for me, giving nods to the franchise if you know what you're looking for, but not directly following any particular game. I love this horror franchise. The Fatal Frame games, or Project Zero games as they're known in Japan, are horror games with female protagonists who, for various reasons, explore haunted areas, mostly mansions, armed with only a camera. The gameplay with the camera obscura, the camera featured throughout the series, made the game stand out to me. Entering combat changes the third-person perspective of the game to a first-person perspective, bringing the player face-to-face with ghosts attacking them. Most of these fights take place in cramped spaces, forcing the player to think fast and make snap decisions. I think the atmosphere pulls players in with small, cluttered, dimly lit rooms and long hallways. There are always noises, creaking and scuttling behind you, disembodied voices whisper on the wind within the drafty mansions. I've played the first 3 Fatal Frame games, and in each one it's a female protagonist against a female antagonist, a spirit reawakens searching for revenge, in a strange way, to get peace. The women that become all-powerful evil spirits were women who in life only bared the sin of being the perfect sacrifice. The job of the protagonist is to learn the stories of these women and, to an extent, relive the pain they were put through. The player is put in the antagonist's shoes, sometimes literally, seeing visions of the sacrificial rituals that trap these women's souls in the first place. The protagonist characters are there as comfort to the antagonist, to save them. Depending on the different endings you can get for each game, another character may take the pain from an antagonist, allowing them to move on at the cost of sacrificing themselves and letting the protagonist get away. In a weird way, Fatal Frame is all about learning about the sins of the past, reliving and coming to terms with them in order to find peace. This theme is especially prevalent in the third game of the series, and my personal favorite, Fatal Frame: The Tormented. The Fatal Frame movie came out in 2014, and until I saw it at KatsuCon in 2025 at a movie panel, I had no idea it even existed. A curse resides in a photo of the most popular girl at an all-girls Catholic school, Aya. A spirit calls to the girls at midnight, enticing them to kiss the photo. Once the girls plan a kiss on Aya's photo, they have a normal day or two before falling into a trance that lures them to an old abandoned reservoir. Later, their bodies are found floating in the river. Michi and Aya partnered together to stop the curse from taking out their whole school. I went in blind expecting the movie to follow the story of Crimson Butterfly, as I think that's the most popular of the games, really taking off with the port to the Xbox and Wii. The movie has twins in it like Crimson Butterfly, and one of the sisters ends up in a dark place alone. Not exactly the hell pit of eternal despair, but it's really close. The parallels to Crimson Butterfly are there, but the story in the movie takes a different direction. Still, it's the story of a curse on young women whose lives are stolen right as they're about to begin due to the actions of others in the past. A very Fatal Frame storyline. I felt like this movie explored the deep connections women make with each other and the razor's edge that is the difference between platonic and romantic love. It also explores the loneliness that sometimes overtakes people with no explanation at all. Michi is close with the other girls in class, skipping homeroom to go into town together. Michi gets snacks, they sit on a set of stairs, the sun is high in the sky, and they're enjoying their life, oblivious to the hardship waiting for them in a brief few days. It feels like the freedom of youth becoming almost tangible right before the girls talk about their plans for the future and how they'll be separated when they go to college. Aya, on the other hand, is popular but feels like something is missing and doesn't seem to share the same bonds as her peers. They all like her, but she can't say they know her. It's not until the curse starts to take hold that Aya realizes she's not as alone as she feels. To solve the mystery of where the cursed girls are going, Aya kisses her own photo, Michi following along, refusing to let Aya go alone. Michi ties them together at the wrist with a red string, which I viewed as the red string of fate, sealing their strong friendship. Aya needed Michi's strength to remember her past. Aya doesn't remember, she has a dead twin floating in the old reservoir. Aya's twin Maya died to appease a spirit wronged during an act of love. Maya dies for someone else's self-preservation. I wasn't expecting Fatal Frame to touch on the experiences of being a lesbian and the hardship it can come with when the world isn't willing to accept who you are. The heartbreaking story that places the curse on Aya's photo comes from love. Girls from the Catholic school who find themselves falling for each other get their photos taken at a specific photo studio. Thank you for listening to the Strawberry Loft podcast. If you'd like to hear more, head to my channel, hit subscribe, and feel free to browse. You can also find me and my thoughts on anime, manga, and more at strawberryloft.blog. Until next time, keep yapping about what you love.